he should give it up because the younger men are coming. Maybe Matt Llewellyn has a point to prove. He's to the right of Carl Harris, who's on pole. Harris gets a great start. Matt Llewellyn not such a good start on the Ducati, or did he? Yes, he did get in there. He's in second place. So Matt Llewellyn got it rolling a little bit late, but when he did get it rolling, that 749 grunted its way into second place.
And the other Ducati in third with Michael Laverty on board.
And Perry Reba right in there as well in some fourth or fifth place. Fourth at the moment, thankfully. So Michael Laverty, there he is from second row on the grid. Bet your life he'll be paying back Matt Llewellyn also for that tow that he gave him in qualifying.
Well, it looks like Matt Llewellyn's going to get another tow from Carl Harris. If he can bolt himself onto the back of Carl Harris in this first lap, he'll do himself no harm at all.
If he can get a tow from that far back, he's doing better than you and me, Gungan in. It is Matt Llewellyn in second place, Michael Laverty in third place. The green MSS Discovery Kawasaki of Perry Reba under a lot of pressure on Simon Andrews on the Parama Racing Yamaha. So we have a Honda out front at the moment from a Ducati. Yes, it is a Ducati, a 749 Ducati. Of course, it's a Ducati that holds the lap record here in the hands of young Stuart Easton. In fact, Matt Llewellyn holds a lap record here as well. He holds a Superstock lap record from last year. The man in second place on the Supersport bike holds the Superstock lap record. So he knows him. Oh, look at that little lot coming into club for the end of the first lap.
Oh, Matt Llewellyn's wide made his first mistake.
Big mistake, cost him dear. Slap wrist, Matt. And Craig Jones on the yellow Triumph up the inside as well.
Craig Jones, good qualified in 6th on the second row of the grid.
Yeah, they've reached a bit of a glass ceiling, it would seem, at the moment, though. I think Craig Jones seems to have just stopped his momentum on the way through this field. Look at Simon Andrews. What a superb ride there from Simon Andrews. He's come through at the end of that lap into second place on the Piranha Racing Yamaha. He's pushed Michael Laverty out, and Perry Reba, well, he stays in fourth place.
Matt Llewellyn wide at the chicane there, hit the second apex, ran wide on the exit. Michael Laverty lucky not to hit him.
And not phased by it at all. I don't think Laverty laid off the throttle at all there. He just took his line and kept it nailed. Didn't cost him any time. We're on lap 2, of course, of the 18 laps of this race. Carl Harris easing away at the front on the HM Plant Honda. He's at Church Corner already. Second place, still Simon Andrews on number 20. Then it's 4, Michael Laverty. Then it's 9, that is Perry Reba. Oh, Craig Jones, big slim shot there. Craig Jones in getting a load of draft off the back of the Kawasaki. Up the inside, round the outside though. That looked like Leon Cameo, was it?
Good. Whoops, Craig Jones. Last of the late breakers, and he's going to have a go at Simon Andrews.
Yeah, but Laverty went through on Andrews. You were watching one battle, I was watching another. Incredible stuff. 17 though, Leon Cameo is the man to watch at the moment. The youngster on the Paget's Honda. He's in behind Craig Jones, and he really has come through. Well, I'm looking down here to see where Leon Cameo qualified. Third row of the grid.
Craig Jones having a look down the inside of Simon Andrews on that Daytona 600 Triumph, and he's down.
Oh, the front end tucked under. Well, that was a very graceful off, and that motor should actually stop. It does eventually.
That was unfortunate there as he's turning in. There's a little bump as you're turning into that right-hander of the complex, and that front tyre just let go. He's still on the brakes as he's turning in down the inside of Simon Andrews, and it goes really early on. There's just no way he's going to make it.
He'd got it all done really, hadn't he? That was so unlucky though. The Pirelli Shot Triumph just slides up the road. Craig Jones asking a little bit too much from it.
Such a shame. That was looking like it was going to be a good race for Craig Jones.
And he's having to work very hard at the moment. The sole rider now in the Valmoto Triumph team.
Oh, Carl Harris at the moment there. Carl Harris at the moment.
And he's under pressure too. Look at Leon Cameo. Leon Cameo. Tell you what, Leon Cameo, he's about 6'1" now, Leon Cameo. I remember him was about 3 foot when he rode a 125 here in the British Championships. And Leon Cameo, the best of the Paget's Hondas at the moment. Remember, Jay Vincent started a long way back. He really did get the muddle regarding the setup for his motorcycle. He's got it right for the race, but really mired himself with a little bit too much to do after qualifying. Carl Harris, now then, it's all going to be down to a bit of grip again, Neil. We've been talking about that in the early part of the race, early part of the day, I should say. Only lap 4, and Carl Harris looks like he's got that rear end spinning.
He certainly was, and Carl knows that he had to get...
mistake there from Simon Andrews, sorry Neil.
Perry Reba getting through there.
Well,
Simon Andrews going backwards quickly just with a few small mistakes, and that's all it takes.
So we got Leon Cameo up to 3rd now behind. There he is on bike number 17.
He's having a good drive, but Carl Harris trying to make the break in that first lap, trying to make a gap so there's no slipstream effect, but Michael Laverty just working away, chipping away, and he's almost within reach of Carl Harris now. And we know how well that Ducati works last year. Stuart Easton won here on the 748 Ducati. Michael Laverty now on the new 749 Ducati, which is a cracking piece of kit and looking really good.
Well, the Ducatis certainly like this big, long-legged, fast Thruxton track. It's the quickest, fastest motorcycle race of the Think British Superbike Championship year. And really, the Ducatis seem to like it. Up the inside of Perry Reba goes a resurgent number 20, Simon Andrews. Perry Reba slips a bit in front of his mum and dad who are watching at home. So Perry Reba will want to be able to redress that if he can, but Simon Andrews and the Yamaha always look good here. Carl Harris under severe pressure from Michael Laverty. Well, it's about these two at the top of the championship tree, isn't it, at the moment? Michael Laverty has, what, a 5-point lead over Carl Harris. Carl Harris got a little bit wayward halfway through the season. Brands Hatch blotted his copybook on a restart with a cold front tyre, lost it at Bottom Bend, had to recover from the embarrassment of that. He won the first round, he won the fourth round, but only third after that drive-through penalty for a jump start in Mondello in the last round in Ireland.
Michael Laverty's gradually getting closer to Carl Harris.
Long way to go yet. The 22-year-old's got a lot of work to do. Interestingly as well, his 17-year-old brother, Eugene, qualified 0.6 of a second quicker than anybody else for the 125 race today, that we won't be seeing here on Sky Sports today, but on Motor Plus you'll see it sometime in the future. Eugene Laverty, you might remember when we covered it live, the 125s in Mondello, was by far and away the quickest man and really qualified brilliantly out there. So the Laverty family, I was about to say, really are a talented old bunch. Michael 22, Eugene 17, you've got John 21, he races as well. The only one of the boys, Eamon, that's Eugene's twin, he doesn't race. I suppose I should say yet.
Leon Camier is the man, fastest lap of the race, 1:18.095, and he's catching.
Leon Camier has had a great race so far. He's just...
Oh, that's Simon Andrews.
Simon Andrews. Simon Andrews crashes out. He crashed out of Silverstone in round one. He might be able to get that motorcycle restarted.
Exact same crash as Craig Jones.
Yeah, well, that front end, they're asking so much at the complex. They come rushing in there. Just tips it in. Front end lets go. And away he goes. A little bit later on, though, than Craig Jones. I mean, Craig Jones was very unfortunate to lose that front, and that bike ain't going anywhere. So Simon Andrews is out. That's a DNF for him. Simon Andrews, fourth in the championship, one win so far. That was the last round at Mondello. His first ever big-time win. That in big-time racing, that was for Simon Andrews. So that win not replicated here at Thruxton. Meanwhile, at the front, Carl Harris under pressure now from Michael Laverty. Laverty will look for the inside line, but he's a bit slack on the brakes coming in at club, isn't he? Carl Harris and Leon Camier are in third place. Look better than Laverty there on the brakes. Laverty also not able to hold that tight line, which is apparently a bit of a... Oh, that's
Llewellyn's Ducati.
That is Matt Llewellyn's Ducati. So Llewellyn is either a faller... No, he's not. Well, I don't quite know what's gone on there with Llewellyn.
Yeah, you're right. Michael Laverty.
It's a mechanical failure, I can tell you. Matt Llewellyn is coming through now. The Coventry, Ducati Trot Coventry bike has broken down for some reason or another. Go on, tell me about Laverty again.
Yeah, Laverty's struggling to get on the start-finish straight. He just can't open the throttle. He just can't get the power to the ground, and you can see that Leon Camier was better getting on the start-finish straight.
I'm just told the latest breed of Ducatis really like long, fast corners, but the short, tight, nadgery stuff really just gives them a bit of a problem keeping the line that they want to keep in that short, tight stuff. Can't say that about Leon Camier, though, can you?
Well, Michael Laverty's teammate Sean Emmett had a problem coming out of that corner, but for a different reason.
Yeah, well, you're supposed to have both hands on your handlebars. Church corner, through the right-hander, onto Brooklands. And watch this Honda, it's a Paget
Honda, and it's fast.
Yeah, it is fast. Mind you, so's that 749 Monster Mob Ducati, because Camier hasn't been able to get in the slipstream and make a pass at all. But Camier's better on the brakes here at club, but he's gone the wimp's way round the long way. It's all right if it works, but you're not risking much up the outside. Camier, good-looking boy. Can't believe his rate of growth over the last 2 or 3 years. He really is a big fella now. There's Matt Llewellyn. Well,
Camier had a moment there at Allard's, just the entry to turn one. You could see him just either tucking the front or the rear coming round, but he's lost some time.
Yeah. Mind you, Allard, I think that's a frightening corner, Allard, because they are just backing it off in there in the Supersports. And then it's up and over the hill, down towards Campbell, Cobb. Seagrave is the right-hander we're on at the moment. Then it's a bit of a left through Noble that we're at now. It's all building speed. This is Goodwood we're coming into now. and then it just gets faster and faster and faster and faster through Village Corner. Again, it's a very slight straight, although it's not straight, and we get to our split time now, and that's how quick they're going at that split time. 136, nearly 140 mile an hour down towards Church Corner. That was Church Corner. We're now on Brooklands. I mean, the mid-corner speed there is about as fast as the superbikes.
It's not far away, and even the R6 Cup lads, they're 128 mile an hour on the approach to Church as well.
Still,
Leon Cammy has made that time back up.
He's so good on the brakes coming down towards the club chicane, and I reckon that puts him in good stead for upping the ante as we get into this race. We've still got, well, what, 9 laps left. We're at half race distance now, so there's still a long way to go in this race, Neil.
There certainly is. Leon Cammy just setting up Michael Laverty before he had that moment at Allard, and now he's back on his tail, and I'm sure, ooh, that's a dodgy twist to pass. You saw Craig Jones and Andrews having them crashes there, but he's...
And look at Michael Laverty fighting back. Well, that just goes to show you, if you put it offline, you can't get the fast line through the middle of that section. I think we've said it before, it looks like an easy set of corners to make a pass on, but it ain't an easy corner to get right.
It's easy to pass, but it's very difficult to block because you do lose time in the second section.
So Michael Laverty, if he didn't already know that Leon Cammy is all over him like a raincoat, he does now. But this is all news though for Carl Harris, because while these two battle it out for second place, it means Carl Harris is able to concentrate on his job. And the other thing about Carl Harris, he's of an age now, what, 25 years old, where he's got a bit of experience to go with that raw talent, and he will be able to pace himself at the front with that Honda. But I did see just then a big black line he was laying coming out of Church, and he won't want to be doing too much of that this early on.
Well, these two guys behind them, Laverty and Cammy, are actually faster than Carl Harris, but as you say, every now and again they hold each other up and they lose time, but they could, if they just held station, they could get closer to Harris.
Well, you heard me mention about Paul Seward early on in this race, just to mention that it was his first British Supersports race of the year. It didn't last long because he just crashed out. Craig Jones, well, very unhappy indeed at that retirement. So Craig Jones, he's what, 2, 4, 6, 7th in the championship at the moment on just 41 points. Finished second in the first round at Brands Hatch, but since then hasn't been able to improve it by much. So a 0.3 of a second lead for Harris over Laverty. Camia. Luke Quigley in fourth. Hardly had a chance to talk about Luke Quigley. He's come right the way through to fourth place. Good ride from the Bill-based Not Motorcycles man. Perry Reba in fifth place, and Adrian Coates on the TAS Suzuki in sixth place. Paul Young in seventh place on the V-Trans Honda. Johnny Ray on the Red Bull Rookies Honda, so that's a good result for him. He's a new youngster as well, of course, an Ulsterman. Jay Vincent up to 9th from his 19th qualifying position. Tom Sykes, Shane Norvell, and Lee Jackson rounding out the top 12.
This is going to be an interesting finale to this race. I'm sure these guys are going to get closer together.
Especially at this point in the racetrack when we come up to the club chicane, because Carl Harris isn't able to hold that lead for much longer, I don't believe. I think Camia is the young man most likely to do the business, because he really is looking very, very good.
But Carl will be seeing his pit board and he'll be seeing that someone's getting closer. He might not know who it is, but he knows that they're getting closer.
Leon Camia. Closer, closer. Further and further up the leaderboard, looking so good at the moment.
He's just set the fastest. No, he's got the fastest lap on lap 3.
Yeah, had it for a while.
095, yeah.
Leon Camia, just 17 years old. 2 years in Grand Prix.
Here's the pass into that final chicane down the outside. He made it stick this time. He was pretty definite that he wanted to get past Michael Laverty, and he managed to get round him and get in.
Showing his Grand Prix experience there, no doubt, as well. And he's the ex-125 British champion, of course, on the Padich Motorcycles CBR 600RR Honda. Second place now. He sets up after the works-orientated HM Plant CBR 600RR bike of Carl Harris. And young Camia, well, looking for his first win in this series. 29 points Leon Camia's got. He's way down the series in championship terms, but this really could be where he makes his mark as we come to the end of our first half of their championship year. Well, Carl Harris really has had every man and his dog all over him all through this series this year. He really doesn't know where the next challenge is going to come from, does he, Carl Harris?
It is someone different every weekend, and he says that's what excites him. He just never knows what's going to get thrown at him, but he is consistent and he knows how to win a championship.
Well, girlfriend Jane will be delivering their first child on the 25th of December. And no doubt his second British Supersports Championship title will be tucked up among the Christmas cards up on the mantelpiece if he has his way. But it certainly hasn't been an easy year for Carl Harris so far. Michael Laverty leads his championship, but Carl Harris will reverse that if he can finish in front of him here. Harris, Camille, Laverty, still Quigley, Reba and Coates. Top 6, still Paul Young in 7th, still Jonathan Ray in 8th. Jay Vincent still 9th, Sykes still 10th, 11th still Norval, and Jackson still 12th. So all systems static in British Supersport, and that's very unusual. Camille that's really made the progress for me. He's come right the way through the field.
And we're coming to his favourite part of the track.
That bike looks fast. That is a Paget's Honda versus a Full Works HM Plant Honda. Oh, look at Carl on the brakes a little bit later. Good gauge, just checking himself out there, Carl Harris, wasn't
exactly,
he?
yeah, just enough to stay in touch, just to get down the inside, not lose too much, and then bolt himself onto the back of Camille and see what happens. Just having a look back, see if there's any more threats.
Yeah, and it will be if he leaves it a bit too late. But it was interesting, he just let the brakes off a little bit when Camille showed his front wheel, just to see what Camille was made of.
Yeah.
It was a do or dare type situation, and well, there's no one out on these top 3 that's more of a do or dare man than Carl Harris, that's for certain. Take another look at it, talk us through.
Camille got a fantastic line out of Church, got a brilliant drive. His bike's fast anyway, that number 17 Paget's on that got down the inside the car really early on, braked really late, but Carl said, oh yeah, here you are, I'll just have a look down the outside. I'm not going to pass you this time, but I'll have a look just to see how strong you are in here, maybe have a look on another lap if I'm trying to get back past you.
Well, Leon Camille qualified some 7/10 of a second slower than Carl Harris. That was in qualifying, but now look at him. He's in front of Carl Harris. Carl Harris, though, turns that Honda real tight and gets the drive through these double right-handers. But now we're out towards Church. That's going to be a bit hectic, but it will be Camille who'll slip into the slipstream off Carl Harris again onto this straight. Yeah, he's a bit too wide. Yeah, okay. Well, I was trying to build it up there, Neil. That'll teach me. Yeah, Laverty got the right drive though. Just goes to show you, if you make a slight mistake out of Church entering that big, long, flat-out straight, that you are going to pay all the way down it.
Yeah. I can't help thinking, Carl, I was thinking, oh, someone come for a play, we'll have a bit of a play there and see what happens.
Well, we'll see, because if he pulls the pin now, we're on lap 14 of the 18. They've crossed the line. So, has Carl Harris got anything left up his sleeve from Michael Laverty on bike number 4, the Monster Mob 749 Ducati, and then number 17, the likeable, gangly 17-year-old youngster on the Paget's Honda, Leon Camille. A man destined for stardom, in my view. He's got it all, really. He speaks well, he's got a nice attitude, he's got a nice manner about him, he can ride a motorcycle, that goes without saying. He's a good-looking lad, and he's not diminutive like some motorcycle racers.
Yeah, he certainly has showed off. He's been unlucky this season. He had a massive blow-up at Brands Hatch. We saw that on TV, frightening. Well, he was blown up for about half a lap before he realised we were watching, and then he finally went down.
Well, it actually wasn't a blow-up, was it? It was an oil leak from the filter. They got a cracked filter, so he had no loss of power. So he was riding it like he was still under full power till the oil got to the rear wheel.
Probably one of the worst possible scenarios.
Yeah, indeed. So, Carl Harris still leading from Michael Laverty. Leon Camille taking a bit of a breather on lap 14, back there in 3rd place. He knows he can beat Laverty on the brakes into the club chicane, but I don't think he's too sure about beating Carl Harris.
You just never know how much Carl has in reserve.
Well, Carl Harris has spent his winter boxing, believe it or not. That was the form of training he decided to do. I can't do his accent, so I won't try. Also, the Sheffielder, he didn't want to spend his time out running in the winter, so he decided to train in the gym doing a bit of boxing. So give him any lip at your peril.
Well, yeah, if you saw his arms, you wouldn't want a punch from Carl Harris.
No, I got a bit lippy early on in the season about him, didn't I, when I made a comment.
Yeah, he got his arms out.
Yeah, he got his arms out. That was enough for me. He didn't have to say anything. It was enough. He just did it. No more lip for Carl Harris. Still, we have Leon Camille there in 3rd place. Camille seems to be taking a little bit of a breather back there, and of course, when the boys are racing this hard for this long on tyres that really shouldn't last this distance, we can't feel exactly what they are feeling, so they only know the best. Until they get out of shape completely, we don't know what's going on as far as that motorcycle on the racetrack is concerned.
That last lap, Michael Laverty was a 10th of a second faster than Carl, so he can match his pace, but trying to get close enough to him and where he could pass him is another question.
Well, the simple equation as far as this is concerned is these 3 men are all on Dunlop tyres, so whatever the situation is, they're all running the same set of tyres, or the same make of tyres. They may have slightly different tyres fitted, but as far as compound and the likes concerned,
Laverty's closer.
He always is at that part. He's a good braking. if Laverty can make... What am I talking about? I was thinking of Leon Camia. Laverty, if he can brighten his act up on the brakes into that chicane, he's got half a chance. But as far as I'm concerned, he's got no chance if he doesn't actually make himself brake a little later into that club chicane.
And you just know Leon Camia is going to have another go before the end of the race.
I mean, even if he's managed to get past Carl Harris will just whoop him badly on the brakes into that chicane. So, whoop, and again...
Carl trying.
Yeah, like he never does.
The great thing about Carl is, you know, if he gets sideways, it's pretty much in control and he's not going to catch him out. He's pretty happy. And I think he left the biggest black lines at Mandela out of the whole weekend.
Yeah. Still Perry Reba in 4th place, the Spaniard then in 4th place with Luke Quigley in 5th. And Johnny Ray up now to 6th
Good result.
place. Yeah,
good result for Johnny
Ray. Jason Vincent just 7th, Paul Young 8th, Shane Norvell in 9th place. Of course, this might be courtesy as much as anything of Matt Llewellyn's demise, in as much as that he broke down. His girlfriend Kirsty is here at trackside, told me not to give him any lip today just because he qualified well.
Good drive for Lee Jackson up there in the 11th as well in his Honda. Yeah, first year in Supersport. Here comes Cammy down the outside.
Yeah, so good on the brakes. He's going to pull it tight. He almost rammed Carl Harris up the back as well. I'll tell you what, if these two are like this at the end of the next lap, or at the end of the last lap,
Carl has to watch out.
Who are you going to bet on? You're going to still go with Carl?
Carl's going to get defensive on the last lap for sure, and he's going to brake really late in there because he knows that Cammy is strong. But
well, I'll push my boat out as usual then. If they are 1st and 2nd coming down to this chicane on the last lap, I'm going to go for Camia for the move and the win.
Well, I like a man that'll take a chance and a break from the norm.
Well, he's not won yet, has he? He's not won one yet, so Leon Camia is due.
He's capable of winning races. I had Jenkins in the R6 Cup and that was just so way off, it's not true. But I still think Carl would be the man under any circumstances here. I had Emmett in the first British Superbike.
You nearly got that right. Yeah, but he was determined not to let me have that win, wasn't he, really? Because me and Jonathan had a bet on, and Jonathan in the end was right, and sadly I was wrong. I hate that.
It'll come sooner or later, don't worry.
Now then, completely different line from Michael Laverty in 3rd place, just looking, well, for the shortest route it would seem, up towards Church Corner, but really this is where it all counts, getting the nail on.
Cammy had a blinding lap on that last lap. He was 4/10 of a second quicker than Carl Harris, but he's lost out in this lap. Oh, Laverty's having another look down the inside. Can he do it? He's sideways, he's wide, he's definitely wide, but he's pushed Cammy wide as well.
Now that might just give, we're on lap 17 of the 18, coming to our last lap, and that really has given Carl Harris, well, it's just unhooked him, hasn't it? It's let him right off the hook as we start our last lap.
Yeah, because you know Cammy is going to have another go.
Yeah, that's a great shame. I think Cammy at best can make it through to 2nd now, but unless this back marker holds up Carl Harrison, of course I hadn't actually equated for that, and well, it didn't matter anyway, and they all arrive at the back marker. That's done it. Carl Harris then is going to be the winner of this race.
He was a little bit wide there, but the important thing was he got past the back marker.
Yeah, and they didn't, so mired with 2 back markers in the middle there, no fault of theirs.
Let's see some sideways then, Carl.
Big black line coming from Carl Harris maybe, but Laverty looking, oh, I tell you, Leon Camia, he's suffered badly, hasn't he, for this last couple of laps?
He certainly has. He needs to do it at the chicane, and I'm sure he's going to be close enough.
I'll tell you what, Stuart Easton's 1:17.841 was the fastest lap of last year, and Leon Camia 1:18.0. It's not a bad lap considering he's been battling away throughout this race.
Yeah, Carl's away with it, but Leon Camia's almost close enough.
He's got a fast motorcycle if he can just...
Yeah, he is close enough.
He's going to be there.
Laverty knows that.
Slipstream City then, on to Brooklyn for the last time.
It's going to be interesting.
Up Woodham's Hill. Now then, has Laverty got it blocked? No, he hasn't. He's going to go around the outside. Oh, dear me, that's a hell of a move. And he's pulled it back down. Great move there from Leon Camia. He's going to be 2nd, but no doubt about the winner of today's British Supersport race, Carl Harris, the immaculate Carl Harris. On the line, who got that? Camia just got it by 0.06 of a second from Laverty in 3rd place. Well, a win for him in fine style from Leon Camia, a star of the future, no doubt at all in the British Supersports Championship. He's already been a star in 250s and 125s in the past. Now it's the turn of the Supersports. Michael Laverty thwarted in his efforts. He can only finish in 3rd place and loses a lead in the series. Luke Quigley, Perry Reba doing it for his parents watching today. Jonathan Ray, Jay Vincent and Paul Young are our top 8. 9th, Shane Norvell, Tom Sykes, Lee Jackson, Jamie Robinson, Kieran Murphy, Tom Tunstall, and the last of the point scorers, Cal Crutchlow in 15th place. Let's take a look at the championship standings. Carl Harris then, 111 points now. He leads from Michael Laverty, who slips to 2nd place. Jay Vincent still in third place. In fact, moved up to third place, I think, from Perry Reba. No, he doesn't. He stays in third place. Perry Reba fourth. Simon Andrews, having crashed out there, loses that fourth place to Perry Reba. Luke Quigley also equal fifth. Leon Camia and Craig Jones, a disaster for him on the Triumph here at Thruxton. He pulled in after